The Russia-Ukraine war is complex and multifaceted, involving historical, political, economic, and cultural factors. Here are 10 main reasons that contributed to the war. Historical tensions. The history between Russia and Ukraine, particularly during the Soviet era, has left deep-rooted tensions. Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union until its dissolution in 1991, and Russia still views Ukraine as within its sphere of influence. NATO expansion. Russia perceives the expansion of NATO as a threat to its national security. Ukraine's aspiration to join NATO and strengthen ties with Western powers intensified. Russia's fears of Western encroachment on its borders. Crimea. Annexation. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea following a controversial referendum. The annexation was condemned by Ukraine and much of the international community, leading to sanctions against Russia and contributing to ongoing hostilities. Donbas conflict. The conflict in the eastern Ukrainian regions of Donetsk and Luhansk, collectively known as the Donbas, started in 2014, involving Russian-backed separatists and Ukrainian forces. This ongoing conflict created a volatile situation that escalated into a full-scale war in 2022. Ethnic and cultural divides. Ukraine has significant ethnic and cultural divisions, with a large Russian-speaking population in the east and south. Russia used the pretext of protecting these Russian-speaking communities to justify its intervention. Ukrainian nationalism and independence. Ukraine's desire for independence and alignment with the European Union, EU, clashed with Russia's attempts to keep Ukraine within its sphere of influence. Ukrainian nationalism and efforts to break away from Russian influence have fueled tensions. Geopolitical interests. Russia views Ukraine as a buffer zone between itself and the West. Maintaining control over Ukraine is crucial for Russia's geopolitical interests, and it opposes Ukraine's westward pivot towards Europe and the United States. Energy resources and strategic location. Ukraine's strategic location is important for energy transit routes, particularly for Russian gas exports to Europe. Control over Ukraine provides leverage over the energy market, which Russia has historically used as a tool for influence. Security concerns and Russia's sphere of influence. Russia has long been concerned about losing its influence over its neighbors, especially to Western institutions like the EU and NATO. Keeping Ukraine under its influence is vital for Russia to maintain its regional power and security interests. Perceived threat to Russian identity. Russian leadership under Vladimir Putin has framed the conflict as a defense of Russian culture, identity, and historical unity. Putin has argued that Russians and Ukrainians are one people, and Ukraine's distancing from Russia is seen as a threat to Russian identity and historical unity. These factors have interwoven to create a complex and highly contentious situation, leading to the large-scale conflict seen today. The war is not just about territorial control, but also about influence, national identity, and regional power dynamics.